Hey, it's Sheldon with TigerTough here. Right now I'm going to show you how to put these front seat covers on a Ford Maverick. The very first thing we're going to do before you even start putting covers on is to take the headrest off, and this is dead simple. All you do is raise the headrest up and then you push this here button in and you can pull it right out. Once you've taken the headrest off, if your seat raises it up as high as it'll go because it gives you more room to work underneath of it and just makes everything easier. This one doesn't, so we'll do it just as it is. The next step is going to be to remove the flap that goes underneath here. So these seats have got like a crumb flap that goes all the way down underneath, and it's only held on with two little pieces of elastic. So you can just reach up underneath there and pull them off of the clips. Just like that. The first piece of the cover that we're going to put on is the bottom. And so I've got the cover here, and you can see it's got a little white passenger tag on it. You'll want to make sure that if you're working on the passenger seat, it says passenger side, and then vice versa with the driver, because that way it's cut for the seat you're working on. So I'm just going to start by putting it right over top of the seat like this. Just kind of getting it in the right general area, and making sure that this seam around the outside lines up at the corner of the seat, and that's really all you got to do. So with it on there, now I'm just going to tuck this all down between the seat and the console. Get that down there, we'll deal with that later. This flap here is going to get pushed right between the back and the bottom of the seat. So this is why we took that little flap off earlier, so that way this can come right out there. Along the outside of the seat here, we're just going to push the cushion over and drop the string right down between the seat cushion and the frame. Like that, and then we'll take the cover and tuck it inside the plastic trim. It's a little tight up along here, so it won't go in right away, but we'll just work it in as best we can and it'll go in later. There we go. Now we've got these two strings that we pushed down from before, and now we're going to fasten them together, and to do that you're going to want your orange string lock. And this is super simple. So all we're going to do is feed the string in here in one end until it comes out like so, and then I like to pull it all the way off to one side and then just clip it in, and then we'll run the string through the other side like this, and now we'll just work them both back and forth until it's nice and tight. And this is what keeps your cover from shifting side to side, so you want to make sure it's on pretty tight, as tight as you can get it. There we go, just like that. Now we're just going to take the flaps that are hanging down the front of the cover and run them underneath the seat. You're going to want to make sure you run them over top of any adjusting bars and that kind of stuff, so that way it stays as close to the bottom of the seat as possible. Now we're going to connect everything together, and you're going to want to make sure you pull everything nice and tight, because the tighter that you can pull these before you connect them, the better your cover is going to fit. So we'll pull this one here from the top, pull that down nice and tight, and then the ones underneath, just going to pull those up and stick them together. Just like that. Alright, now we're going to put the back cover on, and same drill as with the bottom. Make sure that the tag on your cover matches the seat that you're working on. So I'm going to go ahead and get all these little Velcros undone here. And then when you're also putting this on, make sure that the TigerTough tag and the tag that says airbag are facing the door, because that way you'll know the cover is installed correctly. So I'm going to turn this part way inside out. It makes it way easier to get it to go on, and then we just slide it over the seat back. And just like with the bottom, we kind of start working it into place. And now right up on top here, we're just going to take the cover and squeeze it around that plastic. That way it'll pop in underneath that trim, and it just gives it a really nice finished look. And we'll proceed to just slide this down like that. And now these three flaps, just like before, get stuffed right between the back and the bottom. There we go. Now we're going to get rid of this here little flap, because the cover comes with its own, so we don't need this one. And it's just going to stick straight up and tuck right inside the seat cover. Just like that. So now we'll pull the cover down, and then like with the bottom, when we go to fasten all of these here straps up, you're gonna want to get them as tight as you possibly can, because the tighter you get them, the better your cover's gonna fit. I like to start with the ones on the edges, because that pulls the cover in really nice and tight against the sides of the seat, and then all we have left to deal with is the center. And then this flap just goes down underneath and sticks on there to make it look nice and tidy. Now we're just going to put the headrest back on and cover it. So as easy as the headrest was to take off, it's even easier to put on. You just slide it in, push it down until it clicks. And then the cover goes on. When you put the cover on, this long tail hangs down the front. Twist it back and forth a little bit, lined up nice, and then this tail just tucks right up inside, and the Velcro sticks on together. That's all there is to it.